What's up, everybody, boys and girls? It's your boy, Tom Roke, back another episode of TomTalks podcast. And, we are back with some big fucking news these last couple of weeks. Free agency started, but before we talk about free agency, let's talk about Tom Brady returning to the NFL. He only lasted fucking 40 days. According to ESPN, he only lasted 40 fucking days, and he's coming back to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It was last Sunday when he announced it. He's like, oh shit. And then here's the tweet right here. These past 2 months, I realized my place is still in the field and not in the stands. That time will come, but it's not now. I love my teammates. I love my supportive family. They make it all possible. I'm coming back for my 23rd season in Tampa. Unfinished business. Let's fucking go. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think anybody expected Brady to retire, but I think the media made him retire early and then come back later because I think Brady wants to retire on his own terms. I think he wants to retire on his own terms, and more importantly, I think he wants to retire winning a Super Bowl. I think Tom Brady wants to come back, possibly win a Super Bowl this year, and then retire when he's on top. It's going to be harder for him to win a Super Bowl this year because of the Rams rosters being ridiculous and the Bucs roster not being as good as it used to be. But they made a few moves for the offseason, but we'll get into that in a little bit. So let's keep talking about this. First season, he led him back in the Super Bowl. And then he went back. Then last season, he went back up to New England and beat Bill Belichick. And this year, he was in contention for MVP. Led the NFL in passing yards, touchdowns, completions, and attempts. But then it said loss to the Rams in the divisional round of the playoffs. I felt like that haunted him, and I felt like he wanted to come back. He really wanted to come back. I just did not feel right to me that he would go out like this. I just felt, to me, he wanted to come back and win. So he's back in the Bucs. Let's talk about free agency real quick, man. So what should we go? Let's go over
right after the Super Bowl for more on the Rams.
Oh, God damn it! I hope I don't get copy stricken for that. So there are a lot of.
Check out this verbo.
Can we not? Jesus Christ! Mute this. What the fuck? I don't want these ads playing. I'm probably going to get copy strike now. God damn it. But anyway. So there's still there's been a couple of good free agents signing. So let's go over those first before we go over the best free agency stuff. So let's go over the top. Let's start with. Let's just go in order with the AFC East all the way.
Red. I'm here with Judy.
God damn it. No. Shut the fuck up. All right. Bills. Let's see what they've done. The biggest thing the Bills have done, this happened last night, I believe. They signed Von Miller to a 6-year, $120 million contract. 51 of it guaranteed. So $17.5 million through the first 4 years, which is absolutely nuts. He's 32 years old. He's past his prime, I think, but he's still. I thought he was going to sign back with the Rams or go back to the Broncos. I think that's what a lot of people thought. Either he's going to go back to LA or go back to Denver on one of those two teams. And try to make another Super Bowl run on one of those two teams. There's also rumors that the Cowboys were also in the running for his services. So I don't think anybody saw the Bills coming. No one saw the Bills coming. So then it looks like they signed Shaq Lawson to try to really up that defensive line. So good for Buffalo. So Buffalo's making some. It looks like Buffalo's making some moves already. So that's good for them. Dolphins, let's see. They signed Chase Edmonds to a 2-year deal. They took him away from Arizona for the new coaches. I can't remember his fucking name. It looks like they did a lot. And Bridgewater to a 1-year deal to be the backup. Raheem Mostert re-signed with them. Cedric Wilson he took that deal from the Dolphins and not signed with the Cowboys. Mike Gesicki got the franchise tag, and they took Connor Williams from the Cowboys too. Emmanuel Ogbah was supposed to be. Supposed to was a free agent, but then he re-signed with Miami. in the beginning of free agency, or at least he agreed to the deal on the tampering deal. Patriots, they really didn't do a lot. They traded let's see. They traded Chase Winovich for Mac Wilson. Re-signed James White. Yes, they haven't done anything really crazy. Re-signed Devin McCourty. The Jets have been making a lot of moves. They re-signed Tevin Coleman and Joe Flacco. They signed 2 tight ends, Conklin and Uzomah, from the Bengals, which I thought that was an interesting move for him. And it looks like they're trying to bulk up their offensive line with Laken Tomlinson. I liked him a lot. He was a solid guard for the 49ers. So that means 49ers have another more need help on the offensive line. And let's see, Nathan Shepard, I don't know where he's from. He re-signed, I guess he was with them before. They signed Jordan Whitehead from the Bucks. So yeah, Jets are making some moves. Ravens didn't do a lot. The biggest thing was they signed Marcus Williams. He was from the Saints. That's a good steal for them. They need to upgrade their defense. Bengals, the 2 best moves that they did was they stole Alex Kappa away from Tampa Bay, and then they also tagged Jesse Bates. He was really good in the playoffs for the Bengals. He was also a pretty solid safety for them too. Browns, they actually traded for Amari Cooper, which I figured the Cowboys were going to either release him or trade him, but I didn't think the Browns were a team that wanted to get him. But I guess it makes sense because they lost Jarvis Landry, they lost another receiver, they tagged Njoku, and they got Chase Winovich from They traded away Mac Wilson to the Patriots. Steelers, they made a couple of good moves themselves. They signed Mitchell Trubisky, and they signed linebacker Miles Jack. The Jags' best player, and they released their best player after doing a lot of signings of other players, which we'll go talk about the Jags in a little bit. But Mitchell Trubisky, this is interesting, only because we don't know if he's going to be we don't know if he's the franchise quarterback now, or if he's just a pillar for the next guy, or it's most likely he's just going to be the transition quarterback for the not this coming draft, next year's draft, 2023 draft. Next year's draft is supposed to be really great when it comes to quarterbacks. I believe Bryce Young from Alabama is supposed to be eligible to go to the draft. It'd be interesting to see when that time comes where he goes. Let's go to the AFC South. Texas did a lot. Let's see, what did they do? Sign a lot of defensive backs, linebackers, Malik Collins. Let's see. No one really big name. So they did a lot of things, but they didn't sign any big name players. Colts, they got Yannick Ngakoue from a trade for the Vegas Raiders. They traded Rock Ya-Sin, the corner. He's a Temple guy, so shout out to him. Shout out to Temple. And then re-signed Mo Alley Cox and Matt Pryor, which was quite interesting. Here you are, the Jacksonville Jaguars. They did a lot. They signed a lot of people. So Zay Jones, he was previously with the Raiders. I thought he was a solid player for the Vegas Raiders, but I think he was a tad bit overrated with his contract. 3 years, 24 with a max of 30. Christian Kirk this is the biggest one. 4 years, $72 million. That includes 30. Excuse me. So yeah, God damn it. Yeah, Christian Kirk, 4 years, $72 million contract, 37 guaranteed, and a max value of 84. This was the biggest surprise because Christian Kirk was a solid receiver for the Cardinals. He was a great slot guy for them. Great number 3. Never got over 1,000 yards though, but so hopefully the Jags are hoping he can be the guy. Well, not the guy, I guess one of the guys, because they still have what's his name? Marvin Jones II, I think. And let's see, they tagged Cam Robinson. Jesus Christ, I can't speak today. And this is arguably the best move right here. They signed guard Brandon Sheriff from the Commanders. 3 years, $49.5 million, includes $30 million guaranteed. So they're bolstering their offensive line. They're trying to protect Trevor Lawrence, and they have the number 1 overall pick. A lot of people are saying they're going to draft the Alabama tackle, Evan Neal. But I saw apparently Pro Pro Football Focus has them drafting the defensive end from Michigan, Aiden Hutchinson, which I saw. I mean, because up here in Pennsylvania, we mostly get Big Ten football and big SEC games. I saw a little bit of Aiden Hutchinson. That dude is a fucking monster. So wherever he goes, whether it's Jacksonville or to Detroit, he's going to make an impact. But let's not talk about the draft right now. Titans didn't do a lot. They re-signed Ben Jones to a contract. The biggest move was re-signed linebacker Harold Landry to 5 years, $87.5 million with $52.5 guaranteed. And then here we are, the Denver Broncos. Obviously, talked about this a little bit already. Russell Wilson required Russell Wilson to trade to the Broncos. Gave up 2 firsts, 2 seconds, a 5th. They traded away Drew Lock, Noah Fant, and defensive tackle Shelby Harris. That automatically makes Denver an AFC contender. Because they were the Bucks before they got Tom Brady. 2019, they had a solid roster, a lot of great players. They just didn't have that quarterback. Jameis Winston wasn't that guy. And according to Denver, Drew Lock wasn't that guy. Teddy Bridgewater wasn't the guy. So now they have the guy. Russell Wilson's trying to win at least 4 or 5 more Super Bowls with the Broncos. And we'll see how that goes. And they also took away Randy Gregory from the Dallas Cowboys because apparently he agreed to the same deal with Dallas. He just said, I'm gonna go to Denver. Fuck Dallas. And then Chiefs, they made a few big moves. Frank Clark they must have redid the deal. So he signed a 2-year, $29 million, $36 million incentives. Apparently it scraps the original 5-year contract signed in 2019, lowering the cap number. So good for them. So they worked out something with Frank Clark. Because I think a lot of people were thinking the Chiefs were going to cut Frank Clark. They tagged Orlando Brown, which is what they needed to do. And they signed Justin Reed to a 3-year, $31.5 million deal. So instead of re-signing Tyrann Mathieu, they took Justin Reed from Houston, who is a much younger safety. Better? I don't know. We'll see. Vegas Raiders, they made a couple of big moves with the defensive line, of course. They extended Max Crosby. He signed a 4-year, $98.98 million contract with $95 million new money and $53 million guaranteed. So good for Max Crosby. I'm a fan of Max Crosby. Solid fucking player. More importantly, a solid fucking dude. So good for him getting that new deal. Chandler Jones, no one knew where he was going to go. He was the free agent I think a lot of people were watching the most because I don't think a lot of people knew where he wanted to go or was going to go. I thought he should have re-signed with Arizona, but he got the money. So he got a 3 years, $52.5 million with $34 guaranteed. So good for him. And then, like I said, with the Colts got Yannick Ngakoue and they traded for Rock Ya-Sin, Temple guy. Chargers made some big moves too. Mike Williams, he was supposed to hit free agency, but he re-signed with a 3-year, $60 million contract with $40 million guaranteed over the first 2 years. And now, few defensive linemen re-signed a free agent contract. Austin Johnson, Sebastian Joseph Day, he was all right. He's a solid player. But the 2 biggest defensive moves, they signed Khalil Mack. They got a trade for Khalil Mack. They only gave up a 2nd-round pick and a 6th-round pick next year, which is fucking nuts. Now their defense is crazy. The pass rush should be crazy with Khalil Mack on one side and Joey Bosa on the other, and they help their defensive backfield with I'm blanking on his fucking name. Derwin James, yeah, Derwin James, great safety. They have signed J.C. Jackson to a 5-year, $82.5 million contract. So the Chargers are a better team too. So it's all these teams have gotten better with the pass rush and with and obviously they're great with quarterbacks. So, like I said before, the AFC West will be the best division in football. It's gonna be the most fun division to watch. This division will go down to the last week of the season. My early prediction, though, is I think the Chiefs will still win the division, and I think the Broncos and Chargers will make the playoffs. I think Vegas still has a really good chance to make the playoffs, and it's crazy to say that Derek Carr, who's arguably like in the top 10 when it comes to quarterbacks, is the worst quarterback in this division. But yeah, anyway, so we'll talk about that predictions a little bit later. So, now the NFC East. The biggest moves the Cowboys made is Michael Gallup re-signs with them, 5-year deal. Probably max value $62.5 million, includes 23 guaranteed and a $10 million sign bonus. So, I don't think Michael Gallup was a solid 3 receiver. I don't think he's going to be. I think they're giving him this money, expecting him to be a great number 2 with CeeDee Lamb. So they're probably going to look for a receiver they're probably going to draft a wide receiver in the first round again, like they did in 2020. Dalton Schultz got the franchise tag. Apparently DeMarcus Lawrence re-signed. New 3-year, $40 million contract. That's in here. Giants did some interesting stuff. They signed Tyrod Taylor to a 2-year deal for a competition for Daniel Jones. We'll see if he'll be the starter or not. My money's on Tyrod. Tyrod's a solid fucking player. Eagles haven't done a lot right now. They re-signed Jason Kelce to a new 1-year deal with $14 million. And the biggest move was, and this is a move that I'm a fan of. They signed Hassan Reddick, solid pass rusher, solid linebacker, someone we need to help our pass rush. So, and then here we go, Washington Commanders. They got their biggest move was getting Carson Wentz to trade with the Colts. I talked about that last episode, but I don't know if he'll make the Commanders a better team. I think he's better than Taylor Heineke, but I don't think it's not going to put them over the top. They're not going to win the NFC East. They're probably not even going to make the playoffs again. Because Eagles and Cowboys are still the best 2 teams in the division. Even with Dallas losing their offensive lineman and trading away Amari Cooper, they still have a pretty solid defense, and Dak Prescott is still arguably the best quarterback in the division. Eagles had a solid year last year. I don't know. Hopefully we can capitalize on that momentum. I just don't think I'll be shocked if Carson Wentz reignites his career here in Washington, not in Indianapolis. Even though I don't think the Colts should have traded him, but it is what it is now. Bears didn't do a lot. They re-signed a long snapper, signed a defensive tackle, Larry Ogunjobi. Where was he from? Wasn't he from the Bengals? Wasn't he from the Bengals? He was. All right, so that's what I thought. He was on the Cincinnati Bengals. He said, "Nah, I'm gonna go get that money." So good for him. Detroit Lions, their best move was signing DJ Chark to a 1-year deal, which I was surprised only because it's Detroit. No one wants to go to Detroit, but we'll see. Lions are going to Lions, though. They're not going to be that great. Green Bay, here we go. They signed Aaron Rodgers, got that $150 million deal with looks like $101 million of it guaranteed. Apparently, I thought it was supposed to be 200, 150 guaranteed, but I guess the numbers have changed or whatever. Devontae Adams is on the franchise tag, but he doesn't want to play on the franchise tag. Al Lazard, this is new. I didn't know this. He was seen a second-round restricted free agent tender. They re-signed Devondre Campbell. They extended Preston Smith, and they cut the other Smith, which I thought was a dumb move. But I guess Sedarius. Yeah, they cut Sedarius Smith because he was supposed to sign with Baltimore. That didn't happen. He changed his mind on that, but yeah. So we'll see. Green Bay still has a solid roster overall. Vikings, apparently he signed another 1-year fully guaranteed contract, $35 million. So shout out to Kirk Cousins only because his agent knows. Well, really Kirk Cousins' agent, because his agent knows how to make him some fucking money. That agent needs a fucking pay raise. And they signed Jordan Hicks, which is crazy to me. I mean, good for Jordan Hicks picking them, but whatever. So Jake Matthews, 3-year extension, pays $52 million. Oh, I didn't know this. They signed Casey Hayward. He's a solid corner. Young Ho Koo. Young Hoi. See what the Panthers done. The They signed Xavier Woods to 3 years, 15 mil. No. Deontay Freeman, he was a solid player for the Titans that 1 year. Saints, the only thing they've done is they signed Marcus May, but supposedly they're in the running for Deshaun Watson. They're front runner, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. Bucks made a lot of good. They re-signed mostly a lot of players. Brady is coming back, so I was going to talk about that already. Shaq Mason they acquired Shaq Mason to trade the Patriots, which I don't know why New England would fucking trade him away, but whatever. Russell Gage is signing with Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin was tagged, but then agreed to a 3-year, $60 million, 40 guaranteed. So, re-signed Rashad Perryman. Aaron Steen re-signed with Tampa. Ryan Jensen, we saw already re-signed for 3 years, $39 million. And re-signed Carlton Davis. Last but not, I believe this is the last division, but last but not least, NFC West. Let's see, mostly just re-signing players. They re-signed James Conner to 3-year, $21 million, 16 guaranteed. James Conner was a beast for the Cardinals, and he was like the perfect fit. So I'm glad he got more money. He got a nice deal. Now we all need to hope the Cardinals can actually step up and do great things this year, which a lot of people are doubting. And it looks like Zach Ertz is re-signing with him. So I didn't know this. It's 3 years, $31.65 million, which includes 17.5 guaranteed. Good for Zach Ertz. I thought he was going to test the free agent market, but he decides to stay with Arizona. And here are LA Rams. This was one of the latest things we've seen. Allen Robinson signs with the Rams. 3 years, $46.5 million. So I guess the salary cap doesn't mean anything. The salary cap is just a made-up number. The Rams can sign whoever the fuck they want. Suppose they're in the rumors supposedly about to re-sign Odell Beckham. He's still a free agent. And re-sign looks like 2 more offensive line with Andrew Whitworth retiring. They need Joe Noteboom. I think he played in the Tampa Bay game. He did okay. Brian Allen, and they re-signed Brian Allen. That's a solid linebacker for them. 49ers, their best thing was Shadarius Ward from the Chiefs. 3 years, $40.5 million. And Seahawks, let's see. They re-signed Quandre Diggs to 3 years, $40 million. $3 million. They got 3 players from Denver. Noah Fant, Shelby Harrison, Drew Luck for Russell Wilson and draft picks. And Austin Blythe, someone to bolster their offensive line. So good for them. So right now, the biggest winners a lot of winners of free agency. Tampa Bay is a winner. They got Tom Brady back and re-signed Chris Godwin to an extension. Get Ryan Jet, brought a lot of players back. Tampa Bay is a winner right now. Let's see, who else is a winner? Green Bay is a winner. There'll be more of a winner when they actually give Devontae Adams a deal. And supposedly they're also working with Jair Alexander for a new deal. Let's see. Not really. I don't want to say there's a real winner in the NFC East, but I'll say Dallas probably made the most moves right now. Chargers are a huge winner. Honestly, all the AFC West are huge winners. That's the winner. Fuck it. All the winners are everyone in the AFC West. They did a lot of things to fucking bolster their quarterback position. Either bolster the quarterback position. Well, the Broncos did. And all 4 teams bolstered their defenses. So most defensive line, linebackers, defensive backs. The AFC, like I keep saying before, I am looking forward to watching the AFC West battle it out. The Jags made a lot of good moves and they spent a lot of money, so we'll see how that pays off for them. Those are the two things I'm looking forward to this year. The AFC West being the best division and how the Jags do in the AFC South. But now let's look at the rest of the remaining free agents that are still available. Teron Armstead, he's still a solid tackle, but apparently he missed a lot of times injuries last year. Tyrann Mathieu, Philadelphia Eagles signed Tyrann Mathieu, please and thank you. He is one of the best safeties in the game for a long time. He's versatile. He helped the Chiefs win a Super Bowl. What the fuck did I do? Let's get out of there. No, get out. All right. Sorry about that. Odell Beckham, he tore his ACL in the Super Bowl, but he's supposedly signed back with the Rams. Oh, I didn't know Stephon Gilmore's a free agent. Shit. Hey, Eagles, sign Stephon Gilmore, please. Cowboys cut Lyle Collins. Brown's 37. He's old. He's old as hell. He should retire. Jameis Winston, Bobby Wagner. I'm surprised Bobby Wagner hasn't really gone anywhere. Hasn't signed anywhere yet. I'd love the Eagles to sign him. Jameis Winston, I think he's going to go back to... I think the best shot is back to New Orleans, but we'll see about that. Yes, Darius Smith still a free agent. Jadeveon Clowney, overrated as Jadeveon Clowney. Let's see who else. Calais Campbell, he's 36. I'm surprised he hasn't retired yet. 33, Melvin Ingram. So he was with the Chiefs. He got traded to the Chiefs in this stretch, helped them reach the AFC title game. Gronk, he's most likely going to go back to the Bucks because Brady's back. Jarvis Landry, he is still a nice mark. He's still a solid receiver. I would like the Eagles to sign Jarvis Landry to like a 2-year deal. Have him be a solid player for a couple of years, and then maybe draft a receiver in the second round. Just have a nice receiving core of Landry, Smith, Watkins, and then ex-receiver for this year's draft. Fletcher Cox, who we just cut, unfortunately. Maybe he'll be back. I doubt it. Jerry Hughes, Akeem Hicks, older defensive lineman. Akeem Hicks was a solid player. Juju Smith-Schuster, I'm surprised he's not signed anywhere yet, but it looks like they're looking. Players, I guess he's still waiting yet. Trent Brown's 29 years. Oh, I'm surprised he's still free. I'm surprised he's a free agent. He's a Pro Bowl field tilting talent if he's healthy, if he's Bill Belichick. For the Patriots, let's see. J.C. Treader, Cordell Patterson's a solid weapon guy. He's for anything. Will Fuller, he's injury prone. Eric Fisher, he got back. He signed with the Colts on a 1-year deal. Rasul, bring back Rasul. And he had a great year for the Packers, but I don't know where he's going to end up. I just hope he's back with us. I doubt it though. But Titans cutting Julio Jones was actually kind of surprising me. I figured they'd keep him for another year. Maybe we could sign Julio. I don't know. I'm just telling the Eagles to sign whoever. Honestly, because we need to make some fucking moves. We haven't done anything. The only thing we've done was sign defensive lineman. I need the Eagles to sign a solid linebacker. Oh, look, Anthony Barr. Solid linebacker. He can basically do everything. He was great with the Vikings. We need defensive back help. We need linebacker help. And we need defensive line help. I mean, we got Hassan Reddick for a little help, but we need a defensive tackle now since Fletcher Cox isn't probably going to come back. But we'll see. So, yeah, still very early in free agency. Hoping we get somebody. Hoping we get some more players. Derek Barnett, 69. Nice. But yeah, fuck Derek Barnett. He was a bum. Fournette, I expect him to go back to the Bucks. Gordon, I expect him to go back to the Broncos, maybe. I don't know. Dante Jackson, let's see. Kazir White. Sheldon Richardson, he's alright. And Dominican Sue. I don't know what Dominican Sue is going to do. Interesting. Patrick Peterson is still a free agent. I don't remember where, but I saw it on Twitter that Patrick Peterson wanted to go to the Eagles. So I wouldn't mind him taking on like a 1-year deal. And hopefully we draft a corner to help develop him. Because Avonte Maddox is only good slot, and Darius Slay is still a solid corner. So, yeah, I'm basically just naming anybody to get... I'm just trying to get the Eagles to fucking sign some people. God damn it, it's all I want. So, yeah, still early in free agency. Maybe we'll do a part 2 video for any big news happening. So, that's it for now. Great episode. We'll see you guys next time. Hopefully, maybe next week. So, peace out. Hold on. Wait a motherfucking minute. As soon as I fucking closed out, stopped recording, there was big news. Let's see. Here we go. Right here. Packers trading Davante Adams to the Las Vegas Raiders. Dog! Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god, this is nuts as fuck, dude. Oh my god, Becky. This is fucking nuts. The AFC West just got even better again. Why is the AFC West so stacked? Oh my fucking god. Devontae Adams said he wouldn't play under the franchise tag for the Green Bay Packers, and it appears that to be the case. The Las Vegas Raiders are in the final stages of trading for Packers superstar wide receiver and giving him a new 5-year, $141.25 million contract. Ian Rappaport reports. The deal is expected to involve Las Vegas sending back a first-round pick and potentially more draft selections and a player. Around the NFL, we'll have more shortly. Oh my god, dude. I can't believe it. Vegas said, you know what? We signed a couple of players, but the Broncos made big moves. The Chiefs, they didn't make as big a splash as the Broncos and the Chargers, but they made a couple of big moves. And the Chargers, they made 2 really big splashes with Khalil Mack and J.C. Jackson. Vegas signed Chandler Jones to a nice deal. Now they said, yeah, you know what? We need weapons, and this is what they needed, a wide receiver. Because they lost Zay Jones, Henry Ruggs, because of him being an idiot off the field. They're short on receiver power. Their only great receiver was Darren Waller, but he's sort of been injury prone this year. So now this is a great fucking move for them. Oh my god, dude. Like I said, the AFC West. The AFC best. The Wild Wild West. Let's go, dude. Oh my god. If you're a fan in that division, if you're a fan of the Chargers, which are like probably 5 of you, sorry. LA's not known for the Chargers or the Rams, even though the Rams won a Super Bowl. The Chiefs, Broncos, or Raiders. This is going to be probably the best division. This is probably the best division's looked probably ever. I know this is the best it looked in my lifetime. I'm saying that right now, dog. But oh my god. Dude, it's so fucking stacked. Alright. Now we're done. I stopped earlier. I checked my phone to see this news happen. Let's go. Alright. Now we're done. Now this episode's over. Let's fucking go. Good for the Raiders. We'll definitely need a part 2 next week. So, catch y'all next week for any crazy fucking news.